Hi everybody, my name is Hotspur and I'm a youth librarian for the Fayetteville Public Library. I'd like to thank you for joining us today for this video tutorial on World Book Kids. So there used to be these things called encyclopedias. These were large multi-volume sets of books that you would see at the library. They would have general reference information on all kinds of subjects, people, places, animals, you name it. And while those print resources have kind of gone the way of the dinosaur, they're more or less extinct now. We do still have access to that information online, and we at the Fayetteville Library are fortunate enough to have a subscription to the World Book Encyclopedia suite of programs, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So we're going to start off on our home page at faylib.org, go down to these toolbar with the drop-down menus here, and we're going to want Research and Learn. This is going to take us to a complete listing of all of our databases grouped by subject. We're going to want to click on General Research, scroll down, and we'll see all of the World Book programs that we have access to. I'd recommend checking some of these other ones out because they're great. Each one serves a specific purpose, but for today we're just going to look at the World Book Kids program. So we'll click on that. And it may ask you for your library card or your iCard number to log in, so be sure to have at least one of those handy. On the home page, you're going to have a pre-populated search result, and you can use these arrows to scroll through the other suggestions that they have for you. If you don't know what topic you want to research, you can also click Explore, and this will take you to a list of categories that you can browse through. If you click on a category, it's filled with more subcategories, and this is just a really great rabbit hole to dive down into if you don't know what you want to research. If you do know what you want to research, however, you'll use this search toolbar to type your search in there. Let's go ahead and look for Arkansas. It will give you a numbered search result. That means that there are 39 encyclopedic entries for Arkansas that are tied to Arkansas. People, places, historical events. We're just going to check out the very first one, which is the state itself. And that's a nice picture. So each encyclopedia entry is going to have the text on the middle and right, and on the left you'll have all the multimedia, the pictures, files, things like that. At the very bottom you'll have your citations if you need to cite the article for paper. And this is a very helpful link right here. It's a link to this particular entry in the World Book Student Database. So because this is World Book Kids, some of the entries are not as detailed as the entries in the older kid volumes. So if you need more information, you can always click on this World Book Student button, and that will take you directly to the entry in the encyclopedia for upper elementary and middle school students. One more thing I want to point out is this icon right here. You're going to see sometimes your subject off to the side says Arkansas in brief. It'll have whatever you searched for in brief. If we click that, that will give us all of the statistical data, the important stuff, easily accessible at one glance. So that's a very helpful tool if you're doing research. And across the top, you'll see some shortcuts. This camera is a good shortcut. It takes you just to the videos and the pictures. And at the top right, the tools, we'll click on this. From here, you can save the article. You can share it by emailing it to yourself or to a friend. You can print it. You can cite it. You can even translate it into another language, which is pretty awesome. I'd like to briefly touch on these icons at the bottom. Some of these are time wasters. Activities and games are exactly what they sound like, so don't let your teacher catch you using either of these in class. Pictures and videos limits your search to only the multimedia content in the encyclopedia. Maps and more is self-explanatory. World of Animals, if you're studying biology, you can search specific species. You can also compare individual species against one another with data sheets. Similar to that is Compare Places, where you can get statistical data on geographic locations, cities, states, countries, continents. and you can compare those side by side. Important People is really a very helpful resource if you're doing biographical research. You can search individual subjects. You can also browse persons based on their field or what makes them famous. There's also a dictionary, and what's very helpful here is science projects. If you click on there, it will have a list of pre-made science projects ready to go. It gives you a list of what you need and the steps to take to do it. So if you are trying to, sometimes it's hard to find science projects online, and that's a really, really good resource right there. And one last thing before we wrap it up is down here in the bottom left corner, it says World Book Products. If you click on that, this is a shortcut, quick link to all of the other World Book programs that we subscribe to. So you don't have to go back to the very beginning in order to link to these. You can just always click the bottom left corner here, and you can go between products. So if you wanted to go straight from the kids to the students, you could click on the student link right there, and that will take you to the World Book encyclopedia for upper elementary and middle school students. So if anybody has any questions, you can always email us at kidsquestions@faylib.org, and we're happy to respond to you as quickly as possible. And I thank you for visiting with me today, and I hope you all have a great day.